Now, DJ AG, let me say something. I'm out there on road plenty times. I'm out there all the time, yeah. I'm out there, right? I remember you back in the day, Brixton, before the fame. You used to drive past, see a little stall near the Ritz in Brixton. Drive past that all the time, you know, like everybody else, kind of see you was, see the scenery. Didn't really pay much mind, not in a bad way. Just saying, you was on the come up, This be you, then one guy'd come up to you and so forth, that's fine, yeah. Also, I know your story. You used to work as a bank manager, did well, did your thing. Obviously, crossed over into what you're doing now, and you find it more fulfilling as opposed to what you're doing before, which just makes sense. I've been there. I worked in the corporate world, and yes, when you're in the corporate world for quite a while, then you at some point, as a conscious black person, you're gonna feel a certain way, and you're gonna actually subconsciously or consciously want to gravitate more to your own being, your own, what you are, which may be, on a street level. That's another conversation. Let me say this to you. All right. I've seen your page, seen the video, seen the comments, and I have to disagree with you. Okay, and respectfully, because you do have a valid. What you're saying does have some gravitas to it. But the issue here is the people on your page commenting, yeah, and the bigger picture. No disrespect, but right is right and wrong is wrong. Okay, let's not. Come on, see my video, Black People's Court. Let's not sleep on that. But anyway, you had to go in the streets to build yourself up. You had to start not at the bottom, but at the very, 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 very bottom. Elementary. He was beyond skeleton. He was the bare minerals, the bare. You know what I mean? He was the ashes. He was the dust. Yeah, ash to ashes, dust to dust. He was out there in the cold, freezing cold, in the streets of Brixton. Yeah, battling the wind, battling the gale force wind. I've seen your early videos. Of course, Daddy Freddy. Daddy Freddy. And so forth. Yes, all that, right? But you was at the very. You had to start way back. Okay. Now, Charlie Sloth. Right? Did you have to do all that? Did you have to do all the groundwork like that? I mean, there's DJs, like 279, Shorty Blitz, yeah. Obviously in the clubs back in the day and built themselves up, yeah, right? So I'd say they're in the middle, yeah. But at the same time, although these guys are respectful brothers, well known, big up those guys, yeah, they didn't quite hit they have not hit the heights. Well, Shorty Blitz, yeah, but ultimately, people think of UK hip hop, Charlie Sloth follows on from who? Westwood, okay? Let's not forget that, yeah? Now, yes, Westwood crafted as well. Yes, he did. But that's back in the day, yeah? Here and now, Charlie Sloth, from what I know, well, he didn't have to put in the yard. He didn't have to put in the yards like you did, okay? Ultimately, we're talking about, I'm making a comparison between him and you. You had to start at the bare bottom. Whereas he, boom, came through off Westwood's back, got the break, bang, straight for the door, yeah? Let's not forget that, okay? So you, in your own genre, would not be able to break through like he did without having to do things, having to build yourself from the bottom up, if it makes sense, okay? Does that make sense? Your own black thing, your own thing. It's yours, But you have to start at the bottom, and he doesn't. Make it make sense. So, if there's a Bollywood festival in, I don't know, any park anywhere, yeah, right? Organisers setting it up. It's a high level event. Some of the stars will be there. It's gonna be a big thing, yeah, right? Yeah. You, as a brother, was not getting in there. I told you before in the previous video, the last video I've done, you as a brother probably wouldn't get in there as a cleaner because I've got their own cleaners, yeah? But we flip it on its head, yeah? Right? If it's a black thing, yeah? Right? Why is it that he goes to the top and you don't? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. And another thing, keep it on track if we flip it on his head, yeah? If it was you that messed up, yeah? Let's say, for example, you had straight hair. Say the world was reversed. You had straight hair and you was mocking, let's say, church, yeah? You was mocking the deacon, yeah? Say he's mocking Westwood's dad, who was a preacher, yeah? Okay, I'm being facetious. Say he was mocking, like, you know, Archdeacon of Canterbury, yeah? And they come out at you, yeah? Would Charlie Sloth come out and defend you? No, he wouldn't. He'd just shrug and say, shrug and brush it off, as they normally do. And when I say they, I'm not saying it's racial, because that's the normal way that things are handled by those people, especially in the industry. They just shrug it off and carry on moving, keep it moving, yeah? So people in your comments are right by saying you providing a bulwark and defence of Charlie Sloth really was unsolicited. You didn't need to go there. And one thing I learned about life, yeah, especially with women, yeah, don't go where you don't need to go. Okay? It's a big life skill, you know. Don't take yourself or put yourself somewhere where you don't need to be. I.e., don't put yourself in a situation which really is unnecessary. Because at some point, subconsciously or consciously, you'll be pushing her away. Or she'll use that against you, although it can be a minimal thing, yeah. It can be the most minimal thing in the world. You don't need to go there, don't go there. Okay? Like you're finding out now, yeah? It seems like this black genre, he's at the top of the pile. You're not at the top of the pile like he is. And, you know, you're defending him, yeah? And now people are going to start question marking you now. Like I just said, they're going to question mark you, yeah? Because they'll scratch their chin at you. They'll scratch their chin at you. Scratching their chin at you now. They're scratching their chin at you. But really, you need to go there. So you put your reputation online for something you need to do. Because Charlie Sloth's going to keep it moving, but yet you got a little question mark against you now. Does that make sense? Alright. And there's more. Right. Because he gave you a little break with Snoop Dogg, yeah. He gave you a little inroad, gave you a moment with Snoop Dogg, yeah. A little 2-3 second moment with Snoop Dogg, yeah. Snoop Dogg is in the place, you're downstairs, Snoop Dogg's upstairs, doing the star thing. And then he said, yo, come on, Charlie, man, give me 2 seconds, dog. Give me 2 seconds with the great dog father, man. Give me 2 seconds, my brother. 2 seconds. Respectfully, because I do like AG. And then all of a sudden, he said, Snoop Dogg came down the stairs and Charlie Sloth grabbed Snoop Dogg and said, yo, Snoop, this is AG, blah, blah, blah. And Snoop's like, oh yeah, what's up, dog? What's up, man? What's up, my sizzle, my nizzle, my AG, my gizzle? Yeah, all that kind of stuff, yeah. And that was it. That was your moment, yeah? So, your reputation, which you built up from scratch, is not dented or nothing like that. But there's a tiny little question mark now, yeah. For 2 seconds of a moment with Snoop Dogg. It's what it is. I mean, I was back in the day, I used to see some of them people, them stars were big back in the day. You know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, cool, whatever. Right? Listen, Snoop really gave you like 2 seconds, yeah? I mean, did he say to you, oh, this is like, oh, my mom, my sizzle, my nizzle, this is the AG jizzle. Let me come to your bizzle in Brixton and sizzle, yeah? Did he come and, has he performed? I don't know. But if he has, then maybe you got a right to maybe step in and say, nah, he's not racist. You could have said, touched on it and said, you know what, Charlie Sloth, he's cool, he's not racist, and he's a good guy. Maybe there's a bit of a misjudgment there, blah blah blah. Left it there, yeah. In that kind of tone, because the reaction, people are looking a bit side-eye-ish at you now. But I just dropped it there, but to come out and then come out like John Terry and Rio Ferdinand and defend shit like like that. Nah, man, nah. But ultimately, the big thing is, if that was you that messed up, it could be anything. You know what I mean? You could be giving sweets out to children, and because you missed out a white kid by mistake, so it can be misinterpreted a certain way, and the media blows it up. Would Charlie Sloth, I say Charlie Kirk, would Charlie Sloth come out and defend your B.A. Baracus, black ass Baracus? Would he come out and defend you? Would he or would he not? That's the question. You know what I mean? But ultimately, You know, this is not coming at you because I do like you, I like the work you've done, I like your story, you know, and yeah. If I missed anything out, let me think. Yeah, it's all there. Listen to my video, Black People's Court. Go back, listen to that. That breaks it down. That breaks it down. It is what it is, as per usual. Facts, no idea. DJ AG, you know better, do better. Alright then, later.